UFC Vegas 92, Barboza versus Murphy takes place this weekend, and I'm going to go through the full card breakdown and in detailed prediction, starting with the early prelim opener of Emily Ducote versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Vanessa Demopoulos is awful. She's got some good wrestling, I get it, and she's got BJJ, I guess. But I think Emily Ducote is the crispier striker on the feet. Just better in general, better looking fighter in general. Just where Vanessa Demopoulos, she just wins these close decisions. You know, she beat Marie Oliveira, but she isn't that good in hindsight. And Jinyu Frey fight she should have lost. And this isn't some world beater. This is Jinyu Frey, who isn't good. Kovalkiewicz is somewhat really good in that division. And she schooled Vanessa Demopoulos. Demopoulos had nothing for her in that fight. And then Kanaka Murata is absolute dog shit as well. So it's really hard to judge off Vanessa Demopoulos' career. But whenever she fights someone that's actually kind of good, she gets absolutely schooled. JJ Aldrich also beat her easily as well. And Silvana Gomez-Suarez dropped her. But Silvana Gomez-Suarez has no brain cells. So she puts herself in an armbar after dropping Vanessa Demopoulos. Emily Ducote beat Ashley Yoder. Cardina's fight was competitive. She slightly lost it, though. And the Angela Hill fight wasn't a good look, though. But Angela Hill would also beat Vanessa Demopoulos easy as well. She's good. She beat Penne. She's got power. I'll go 30-27 Ducote win. Just have to take downs and you win. We move on up the card. Healy Alatang versus Clayton Rodriguez. I'm going to be picking... Hold up. This is interesting. I was going to pick Healy because of the grappling, but what fight did he grapple in to win? Usually a KO artist on the feet. Didn't he grapple in some sort of fight? Because I was legit thinking Healy would win this. But then I was thinking, I was going to say Healy out-grapples him, but what fight did Healy grapple in? He KO'd Kevin Kroom. Didn't grapple much against Anne Helliger. Gutierrez scolded him on the outside. This is a competitive fight, though. I am going to be leaning Clayton Rodriguez, though, because I don't remember how Healy would grapple to win. And he doesn't grapple. So I'm going to go Clayton, winning a competitive, scrappy fight of the night war. But it won't get fight of the night. It'll probably be fucking Barboza Murphy. Knowing how the UFC is. I'm going to go Clayton, though. He's good. Farid Bashrat's pretty good. I'm not going to shame him losing that one. But then again, Shannon Ross isn't good. But he is good. He has the skills, Clayton. It's not Shannon Ross is bad. He is bad, but Clayton also has the skills. And the Vergara fight, he arguably should have won. Although he did get out-grappled a bit there. I will pick him to win this over Healy Alatang. Yeah, Healy's good, but I think Clayton... Fuck. You know what? Yeah. Clayton could pick him at range, but he's wild as fuck. But I'll trust him to keep it patient, get the win here, all that matters, and pick apart Healy Alatang. We move on, up the card. I'll go Clayton, but I am worried. Pierre Rodriguez versus Ariane Carnelossi. I'm gonna go Ariane Carnelossi, because she's a fucking roid cheat bitch. But I think she'll go out there and win this. Pierre Rodriguez just doesn't have skill. Like, Sam Hughes isn't that good. You know, she isn't that good. Not really that good in any way. Godinez absolutely destroyed her. I rewatched that fight in the lead up to this one. And I just watched that fight in general. Like, Godinez destroyed her, but she's tough. She didn't get subbed or anything. Estela Nunez fight, she doesn't look good in these fights. Ariane Carnelosi's trash. Like, this is where you can judge a book by its cover, in my opinion. I know you shouldn't really, but she looks insanely ripped and shit. doesn't mean she's good. She looks bad in these fights. Estelle Nunes, Natalie Yang, two of the worst bottom of the barrel female fighters in the UFC, and she didn't even look good against them. But I think she'll out grapple and just out muscle Pierre Rodriguez around and get it done. Robertson did that, and Robertson's not fucking shredded to the gills. So I'm gonna go with her, and she got subbed in that fight. So I'm gonna go for the same thing happening here. I'll go Carlos to getting the rear naked choke. And if it's on the feet, I do trust Rodriguez to get it done on the feet, but I think she'll get out grappled. We move on up the card. So I'll take Carlos as an underdog. Abis Magomedov versus Wardy Alves. You know what? What has Wardy Alves done recently? He lost to Ikram. I know that. We all know that. He got KO'd there. Ikram's good, though. But the Dalby fight was close. This is the thing about Alves, man. The Dalby fight was very close. And Dalby just finishes these guys. He's probably going to beat Renat Fakhodinov coming up very soon. He looks good in that fight, and then he loses to Jeremiah Wells by KO. So you never know what Alves will show up. But I think Abis is going to get it done. I'm going to trust Abis Magomedov to beat Wardy Alves by TKO. Because the thing of Abis is, I rewatched his fight against Sean Strickland. That's a good performance. I know he lost to Strickland. It's Strickland, though. Alright? And he gassed himself out. But during that fight in the first round, he looked pretty good against Sean Strickland. Whilst in his second fight in the UFC. He took down Strickland, did alright. Round 1's close. I lean Strickland, but that's a close round. You could argue, but you look into the criteria, Abis could maybe win it. But I'm going to say Strickland won the first, because he landed a lot of jabs and shit. And we look at the Braujo fight. Braujo, 29-28, decision win. Abis did alright. He did alright stuffing the takedowns, but he gasses out. Alves isn't the guy to push the pace in fights. He gasses as well. And I'll trust Abis to be better on the outside. Longer, rangier. And I think he'll get it done over Wardy Alves. 33 years old. Yeah, he's got a fucking 6-inch reach advantage ahead of him as well. I think he can out-grapple Alves if needed. I'm going to trust Abis to get it done here. We move on. Up the card. Tamires Vidal versus Melissa Gatto. I'm taking probably one of the locks on the card. I'm going to go Melissa Gatto. Tamires Vidal. She's shit. How are you not beating Montserrat Rendon? How? I don't care if it was probably a robbery. I don't give a fuck. That Russian girl just beat fucking, I don't know what her name is, Zarina or something, Zelenjikova or something, whatever. That French girl or Russian girl, whoever she is, just beat Montserrat Rendon pretty easily. You lost to her. So Rendon can't be that tricky and good. I don't care if it was a robbery. You still made it close enough to the judges were like, damn. I kind of think Rendon won this. You're awful with Tamires Vidal. You shouldn't be in the UFC. Ramona Pascal isn't good either, and you beat her. Melissa Gatto should get this one done on the outside. I don't mind a loss to Ariane Lipski. Although Lipski's not the best. She could have arguably won that fight. Arguably could have. I don't think she did, but she arguably could have won that fight. Tracy Cortez's fight was dumb. But Cortez, I don't know. This is why Cortez is wasting her fucking prime. Watch her be on the fucking Sphere card. Take a year off for nothing. Because unless she's improving or she has one of the worst injuries in UFC history, where the fuck is Tracy Cortez? We need her. Because she just beat Jasmine Jasudavicius. Easily. So where the fuck are you? She beat Eubanks. She beat Leonardo. I'm going to trust Gatto to win. We move on up the card. Umar Sy versus Antonio Tricoli. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to take Umar Sy. Umar Sy. It's not Omar. Because there's a U there. So it's Umar. Umar Sy, I think, will get the job done. Antonio Tricoli is a roid cheat, I think. He is. Fucking roid cheat bitch. But because he tested positive, and it was for like, it wasn't some drug like Nadrolone, like that's a drug right there, and that boosts you to be better in fights. So, and that like, that makes you produce a better performance in fights. So he's a really cheap bitch. He did that against Kenneth Burr. Was supposed to fight Ovince St. Preux in 2022. He's stepping down short notice here. I'm going to take Umar. I think Umar's good. I think he's good. I think he's patient on the feet, better on the feet, and I think he's overall just better. He's Paris, trains at Bulgarian top team. Antonio Tricoli's a roid cheat. He could win this with his grappling. If he doesn't get the grappling going, which I think Umar can figure out. It's a short notice fight here for Tricoli. I think he'll gas. I think Umar's way better on the feet. And Tricoli's awful on the feet. I rewatched these fights, so Umar should win this fight. I'll say he gets taken down in round 1. Maybe Tricoli has a really good first round. Maybe he gets a sub, close to a sub. Gets the first round. I think he'll gas out round 2. Umar starts investing into the body and gets himself either a third round TKO or a decision. I'll say he gets a third round TKO. I'll say he gets a third round TKO. I gassed out Tricoli with that fucking roid in him. We move on. Up the card. Tom Nolan versus Victor Martinez. You know what? I'm going to pick Tom Nolan. But if he loses this, I'm never picking him again. I'm going to forgive him for his debut. Nicholas Mata just caught him on the chin. It happens. Nicholas Mata, he isn't good, but he can randomly get it. And he got it against Tom Nolan. Debut, the jitters were there. It happens. I'll forgive him. To where Victor Martinez also had his debut against Jordan Levitt. Plus, the Nolan one was like a quick 30-second KO. You weren't really like in the fight yet. To where this one against Jordan Levitt, 2 minutes 33 seconds. You know you're in the fight against Jordan Levitt. You're facing Jordan Levitt, and he KOs you. Literally just put you out cold, kinda. Jordan Levitt on the feet, and Jordan Levitt just lost to Chase Hooper, so he's not elite. Unbelievable. You know, unbelievable. You know, if Jordan Levitt subbed him or something, I wouldn't mind. It would be a bad look, but I wouldn't mind. Jordan Levitt subbed him, whatever. He KO'd you. Fuck you, Victor Martinez, you bitch. Your ass. You're terrible. You shouldn't be in the UFC. You're just here, though, for a paycheck. I understand. Tom Nolan should get this one done. Piece him up. Probably get himself a first-round TKO. I'll trust him to do it as well. He got him in his career before, so I'm going to pick him to get it done. We move on. Up the card. Tom Nolan wins. Angela Hill versus Luana Pinheiro. There's one girl that's really kind of good and is capable of fighting. The other one is not good. I'm going to pick Luana Pinheiro. I'm kidding. I'm not going to pick Luana Pinheiro. I'm going to go for Angela Hill. I don't like her Mackenzie Dern performance. I don't know what happened in that fight. Maybe it was the takedown threat, and Dern just cracked her a few times, and it changed some things. Luana Pinheiro is incapable of fighting. Incapable of fighting. She lost to Hebos. Amanda Hebos beat her. You know, she should have lost Michelle Watterson. She just got subbed in the arena Kachok in round 1. So if anything here, she's going to be worried coming into this, like, shit, I have to fight Angela Hill now. Oh, fuck. But, yeah, she's awful. You know, Michelle Watterson arguably beat her easily. She's got some power, not much wrestling. She's a small woman. Angela Hill beat Denise Gomez. That's impressive to me. Gomez, who just beat Yasmin Hawegui. You know, well, not Hawegui. That's not how you say her name. It's Hawegui. She beat Yasmin Hawegui by first round KO. This is where Gomez should break and break out to be a woman's star. No, Angela Hill derails the hype train. Loses to Mackenzie Dern, no, not a good look. But then she beats Emily Ducote, beats Lupita Godinez, Jandruba Lemos, Tisha Pennington all beat her. These guys are really good, though. So if you beat Hill, you're really good, I think. If you beat Angela Hill, you're really good. Dern's kind of good. I don't know. Dern is just a hit-and-miss fighter. She's like the woman's Derek Lewis at this point. You can't predict the fights correctly with her. I'm going to pick Hill to get it done, 30-27. We move on up the card. Adrian Yanez versus Vinicius Salvador. Maybe there's an upset coming here where we just don't know. We just don't look. But nah. Adrian Yanez should get a first round KO. He really should. And if he doesn't, just quit, Yanez. Like, you're not good enough for the top. Rob Font is losing fights nowadays. He KO'd you. Jonathan Martinez just got schooled by Jose Aldo in Aldo's comeback fight. You got schooled by Martinez. Your losses hasn't aged well. You're awful. You're just not good. You're not capable of fighting. Yeah, but he is though, and he should beat Salvador, who is awful. Lost 2 fights in the UFC. Beat Shannon Ross in the Contender Series though. What a goat. But then loses to Victor Altamirano, loses to CJ Vergara. Like, this guy's not good. UFC know what they're fucking doing here. I'm going to pick him to catch Salvador, because Salvador, he doesn't really have takedowns. And I think if he does, I think if Yanez, he does have really good takedown defense. Really good takedown defense on Yanez. And, yeah. And Salvador, I just think he needs to just catch him. I just don't think he has the power. Don't think he has the speed. I mean, he kind of has the speed, but I think Yanez has too much power. And yeah, this Brazilian Andrew Tate's going to go out cold in round 1 by Adrian Yanez. We move on. Up the card. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Themba Gorimbo. I'm going to go with Themba Gorimbo over Ramiz Brahimaj. I like Gorimbo. I think he's pretty good. Yeah, I think his striking's really crisp. Like, Pete Rodriguez, that's a good performance. Not even JDM could do that quickly. And Ramiz Brahimaj. Michael Gilmore you beat. Sasha Politnikov you beat. These guys aren't good. Court McGee out-grappled you. Max Griffin pieced you up. Like, he's alright, I get it, but I trust Themba to get it done, stuff the takedowns, and just do his work here. On the feet. Maybe get taken down in the first. Round 2. Bop, bum. 1-2 down the pipe. Puts away Brahimaj. I trust Themba. Turns to MMA Masters. Lost to AJ Fletcher by guillotine. Who cares? It happens. I'll go for him winning this one. We move on up the card. Chaos Williams versus Carlston Harris. Will Chaos Williams KO Carlston Harris? That's just a question. If he can't, I'll go Harris. If he can, I'll go Chaos. Will he KO Harris, though? Because Harris is fucking good. Only lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. Who will kick them. It happens. And, he beat Jared Gooden. Beat Jeremiah Wells. Beat Impa, which is a really good win. I'm going to trust him to beat Chaos. I don't think he'll get chinned randomly. And Chaos, what's his last KO win? Miguel Baeza, 3rd round comeback KO. Yeah, I mean, Miguel Baeza, I don't know where he's been. Semmelsberger's not that good. Bedoya is not that good, and he arguably should have lost that shit. Randy Brown fight, he arguably could have won, but should have lost to Bedoya. So if you want to play that game, we can. Mikael Pereira schooled him. Abdul Razak Al-Hassan was a good KO, but Abdul's not that good anymore. Morono can be chinned here and there and have shit performances, so I'm gonna pick Harris to beat this guy and school him for 3. We move on up the card. Edson Barboza versus Jerome Murphy. This is the tricky one, where I've been stuck on who to pick. I think I'm gonna pick Jerome Murphy though. I call Barboza fights very fucking well. Very well. I call Barboza fights. Like, I predict these fights very well. Like, I picked him to beat Yusuf. Catch Yusuf. He almost did. But he couldn't put away Yusuf, man. And Lopez. I know maybe damage is the thing. Longevity is a thing. But Lopez slapped Yusuf in round 1. Where Barboza hurt him with a wheel kick. Landed shots. Dropped Yusuf. Took it to a decision, though. I know Barboza got hurt early in that fight, but still, you couldn't put away Yusuf. I don't think Murphy has a bad chin. Like, sure, he can be wobbled here and there. But Gabriel Santos fight, I think we're overlooking. I think we look at that fight like, oh, Santos arguably could have beaten him, though. Yeah. But, again, he was training for Nathaniel Wood. You know, training for Nathaniel Wood. This random Brazilian debutant steps up. Rookie steps up. Gives him a hell of a fight. And he gets it done, barely scraping by. But then we look at the Joshua Kalibau performance. Performance of the night. Domination. Dominated Kalibau. Out-wrestled him completely. I know Kalibau's not that good, but he had a good performance last fight against Danny Silva, I think his name is, and arguably could have won. So I'm gonna pick Murphy, I think, here. Barboza's good. Murphy can grapple really well, and I think Murphy, I think when he has a full training camp for that specific opponent, he does very well. And we've seen that again and again and again. We'll look at his fights. Like, we've seen that again and again. Like, Santos, whatever. But when you transfer from Kwame Mirkani, look what happens. Gets out-grappled in the first round. Good round from McQuan. You know, then round 2, knee up the middle. Boom. I know Barboza had the same performance against Billy Quarantillo, but, you know, Quarantillo's not that good. McQuan's not good either. But you get what I'm seeing here. He's decent on the feet, Murphy, as well. Should he strike with Barboza? No. Will he probably strike with Barboza? Yeah. For a bit. But I trust him, and I trust his IQ, and I trust his ego to just out-grapple Barboza. And I trust him to get it done. Barboza got destroyed by Bryce Mitchell. I don't care if he beat Yusuf. Couldn't finish Yusuf. He finished Quarantillo, fair play, but Mitchell beat him. Giga beat him. Yeah, I think Murphy has some popping his shots on the feet as well for Barboza to fear. Yeah, I'm gonna take little Murphy. Getting it done. We're supposed to fight Danny again. That ended up getting cancelled. Had to pull out. He's been ready, and he had a full training camp here. I think he'll get it done for Barboza by... I'll go third round TKO, ground and pound. Barboza can't move. He's slowing down. Murphy gets it done. Like, subscribe, thank you for watching. Peace.